Coming out of high school as an ambitious honors student, the choice in universities in Canada is broad but confusing. Going into engineering or another science program, you're probably looking between UBC, Waterloo, and the University of Toronto. Ranked in the number 3 spot in the QS University rankings in Canada, the University of British Columbia has 2 main campuses in Vancouver and Kelowna, located in Canada's westernmost province. UBC's Vancouver campus has a population of around 55,000, and Kelowna has a population of about 10,000. Hi there, and welcome to another video. Today we will be discussing how to get into UBC. Personally, I'm a student from Calgary, Alberta, and I'm going to lay down the facts about applying to the University of British Columbia based on my experience recently being accepted into the Faculty of Applied Science. Being from Alberta, I can share my experience applying to UBC and everything you need to do to get accepted. UBC's academic activity is organized into faculties and schools. The Vancouver campus is home to 12 faculties, including business and economics, as well as engineering and technology. In terms of getting into UBC, the process is similar to that of UofT and Waterloo. Applying for a Bachelor's of Applied Science degree requires the student to self-report their high school marks and fill out an extensive personal profile, including questions about their personal experience and extracurricular activities. If you've already started the application process for UBC, you most likely know about the personal profile. This profile has a few questions to let UBC know who you are beyond your grades, who you are, what's important to you, and some activities and achievements. This allows UBC to look past small differences in grades between competing prospects in order to find students who will play a positive role in the school community. A student with an 87% average may be equipped with more substantial people skills that will help them go farther in their career than someone with a higher average but lesser social skills. Thus, the UBC personal profile is a great way to demonstrate important personal qualities outside of numbers. Unlike most other post-secondary applications, UBC is comparably vague in terms of describing competitive averages, as well as how much the personal profile factors into the decision. From what I've heard, however, the personal profile is quite important in the decision, and strong responses will allow you to shine amongst competitors. If you're in grade 12, I would suggest that you start your application in September so that you can apply for early admission. This gives you a better chance of getting a spot if the program fills up quickly. If you submit your application before December 1st, then you'll be considered. Even if you aren't done with the required courses for your program yet, UBC judges you based on your marks from grade 11, asking about the courses that you plan to take in grade 12. Personally, I applied in November to the Faculty of Applied Science and got accepted in February. A ton of people apply to UBC, so don't get discouraged if your application isn't back in a few weeks. On UBC's website, they tell you a minimum average to have, but these marks are usually lower than the competitive average that you need. UBC is one of the best, if not the best, university in Canada, so you need a good average to get in. Based on my experience in applying for engineering, you're going to need a high 80 to low 90 average. Again, however, the competitive average is different for every program. A strong personal profile can also make up for slightly lower grades. Someone with an 85% average but a diverse, greatly written profile can definitely be competitive. Personally, I got early acceptance into engineering with a 90% average and a strong personal profile where I included all the sports and extracurricular activities I do. Make sure to include things that demonstrate responsibility, leadership, and community participation in your application, as these qualities will go a long way in the admissions office. It might be a good idea to volunteer for a few weekends at an animal shelter or a soup kitchen if your profile is weak. That being said, it's also to remember that when writing a personal profile, you want to avoid telling UBC what they want to hear, and instead be yourself, be unique, and be specific about the goals that you have in your life. Also keep in mind that the questions for the personal profile change every year, but they'll all have the same idea. Every program is different, and the personal profile will vary between departments. I'll link a page that outlines the required high school courses that you need for every program in the description below. Applying for university, I struggled to grasp an idea of what my average really needs to be to get into engineering, so I hope that this can help you out. Personally, my English marks struggled throughout high school. This is because I researched what the most important courses were for the specific program that I wanted to get into, and spent way more time studying for these courses. This is the best way to get accepted. Figure out which courses you need to do well in, and knock them out of the park. My grade 10 marks were not as high as my grade 12 marks. This is a lesson that you shouldn't be discouraged by bad grades, and keep working towards your goal. Having said this, keep in mind that the standards of marks and personal profile will be different for every program. For example, a friend of mine who applied for business had to complete a small video interview along with his personal profile. Also keep in mind that being from Alberta, the only province to write diploma exams, that we receive an Albertan advantage. UBC does not specify what this advantage entails for Albertan students, but it still plays a role in the university application. Just remember that the acceptance requirements of any program will vary based on where you live, and to do your research before you apply. Now, once you get into UBC, you can experience the beautiful campus and living style in Vancouver or Kelowna. Located about 30 minutes from the Vancouver airport, UBC is situated right next to the Pacific Ocean on Point Grey. UBC is near several beaches and has views of the North Shore Mountains. The buildings of UBC Vancouver occupy 420 acres of maintained land, while the largest UofT campus sits on 180 acres. Along with the main campus on Point Grey, UBC has 2 satellite campuses within the city of Vancouver and in Kelowna. In terms of athletics, UBC is on a different level than its eastern competitors. Across 14 varsity sports, UBC fields 31 teams overall. With 122 national championship titles, UBC is a powerful contender in university athletics. For intramurals, recreation, and sport clubs, UBC gives students an opportunity to participate in a countless number of sports by providing several fitness facilities and venues. Some places to get active include the Hangar Fitness and Wellness Center, Tennis Center, Beach Volleyball Courts, Aquatic Center, and the Norris Sports Field. There is a wide range of choices in terms of residence at UBC. For first-year students who are under 18, you can choose from Orchard Commons, Totem Park, or Place Vanier, which all house shared rooms. Other residences include Fairview Crescent and Walter Gage. Anyways, that's all I have for today. If you have any questions about the topics discussed in this video, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. I also have a video comparing UofT versus Waterloo, so be sure to check that out. Out of the 3 schools, UBC would be my choice. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all for now.